Hey, everybody doing? Welcome back to Parker Sports. J Parker Sports. I had to change my name. Somebody else had the Parker Sports thing, but it's okay. The big question is today is where's LeBron James going to go? Everybody's waiting, fans hyped up. Everybody's anxious to figure out where's LeBron James' final destination is going to be for the ending part of his career. Um, the options on the table will be the Golden State Warriors, Cleveland Cavaliers, Philadelphia 76ers, Miami Heat, and they say the Timberwolves is the option, but I highly doubt the Timberwolves are really an option because LeBron, I think, he's trying to compete. I believe he's trying to compete for a championship, and I don't think there would be like good contenders as far as, especially coming out the West. As far as coming out the West, LeBron stated that his family will play a role in this decision, as far as the travel distance and everything. Where his wife and his kids, input will be. So that's a big factor. That's a huge factor. Golden State is the closest option as far as because living in LA is only a 50-minute flight. Then next will be Cleveland as far as back and forth to him traveling, seeing his family and everything. Um, but like I said, LeBron does want to compete for a championship on his way out. As far as best contenders, me personally, I feel like Philadelphia 76ers would be the best fit. LeBron James alongside of Tyrese Maxey, Edge Cone, Jalen Brown, and Embiid. If Embiid comes back healthy, they might have to hold him off a little bit. But a healthy Embiid with LeBron James, Tyrese Maxey, BJ Edgecombe, and Jalen Brown. That's a good backcourt right there. Sounds good. Especially coming out the East. I feel like that would be favored coming out the East if they acquire LeBron James at the 76ers organization. And but like I said, Cleveland's also like it might be a good fit. It depends. I don't know if they're gonna re-sign James Harden or not. That's still on the table. He's still a free agent, so we don't know what they're gonna do about Harden. But I don't think it doesn't matter about Harden because he wasn't too productive last season. But he did a little bit, but he wasn't as productive. You got to remember he's not the old Harden from OKC or nothing like that. A little bit older and moving a little bit slower. But LeBron James along Donovan Mitchell, also Evan Mobley and Jared Allen. They got a couple of shooters, Merrill. Shoot, they got a couple of people. It might work out. That's also his hometown, Ohio. He's from Akron, so also his wife Savannah's from Akron, so they might be going home. I'm not sure, but that backcourt, he could do some. He may could do some. The bench is not his best though. They don't have a strong bench like that, but the starting lineup will be decent. But let's think about the starting lineup also for the Miami Heat. LeBron James, Giannis, um, Bam Adebayo, Andrew Wiggins. Let's not forget Andrew Wiggins. He had a pretty good season. Andrew Wiggins and I guess Mitchell will be the point guard over there. I guess he would be the point guard. I'm not sure how they would work that out. They lost a couple key factors out off the bench, like Hawkes. That was a major loss for the Heat, but they still got some decent players over there though. They still got some decent players on the bench, but also Eric Spoelstra. Can't forget Eric Spoelstra. Like I said, he already won a championship over there. Pat Riley, so his history there. And the Heat is a good team. The Heat. Everybody knows the Heat don't play when it comes to basketball. They're a serious organization. They don't play no games. But I like the Heat. I like South Beach. I like them going back to South Beach too. But I don't know South Beach. They can do it. They probably can do it. They probably can come out the East. But I feel like it's best. The smoothest route would be to come out of to make sure he gets to the finals. Be the Sixers. Him alongside Jalen Brown, just them two alone. And especially if Embiid, not just Jalen Brown, but Tyrese Maxey, then especially add Embiid, put him in there. A healthy Embiid, championship. Championship. No, there's no denying they're coming out the East. They're guaranteed they're gonna come out the East. If he teams up with the Sixers, they're coming out the East. There's no denying that. Like I don't know, I'm not saying they're gonna win it all, but there's nobody East I think can stop them. Not the Celtics, Not the Knicks. I don't see anybody stopping them as far as playoff come out the playoffs. I don't see any team that can stop him out of the East. But like I said, he might go to the West. Like I said, the Warriors are also a team, that he's been conversating with. Draymond Green's been trying to get him there. His relationship with Steph Curry. So we never know what's going to happen. But I think the easiest route to a title and to him getting there in with a title would be the 76ers. I think that'll be the easiest route for him to accumulate another ring. I think that would be the easiest route. But like I said, one key factor we are forgetting about the Warriors is Jimmy Butler. Nobody's really talking about Jimmy. He's been injured and everything. Nobody's really been talking about Jimmy Butler, about JB. And like I said, he's out on that injury, Achilles, I believe, or it might be ACL, one of those two. But and nobody's really talking about Jimmy Butler. He's been kind of quiet. They kind of forgot about Jimmy Butler. He's also on the roster over there. So Draymond, Jimmy, Steph, LeBron, and I think they still got Pozinski. He'll probably. Maybe he might be in that starting lineup too. But they can do it. They can do it. They still got those two-headed monsters though. They still got to get through the Spurs, which I believe they can. And they have to get through OKC, which I believe they can do. Because if you think about the 2024 season, in the playoffs with the Warriors, they lost to the Minnesota Timberwolves predominantly because Steph got hurt. If they would have had Steph, I feel like they would have. I ain't gonna say swept them, but maybe 4-1, 4-2. It would have not 7 games. It for sure was not going 7 games. Steph Curry would have got him out of there. And like I said, I feel like they would have beat OKC that year too, because that year they were already beating the regular season. I think they were like 3-1 or something like that in regular season. But they were beating them before they even acquired Jimmy Butler in 2024. So, and Jimmy Butler also was kind of banged up. He's also kind of banged up too. But I feel like they could did that year. Like I said, a healthy Jimmy Butler alongside LeBron James, Draymond Green still there. Steph Curry still doing his thing, Splash Brothers. I feel like they have a chance of coming out the West. They do have a chance. It's just not like they can't beat the Spurs or can't beat OKC. They have a high chance of coming out too. And like I said, the chemistry is already built between Steph Curry based off the Olympics that they just won. And they already have chemistry, they're good friends already. So that's definitely an option coming out of the West with them. But I said, nobody knows right now. Everybody's on the fence. He has everybody waiting. So LeBron, come on. Need to go ahead. Come on with it. Let the world know where you're going to go, baby. We need to know where you're going to go. Like I said, you got Adam, Commissioner. He's waiting on you so you get the schedule right. And the anticipation is high. Like I said, just anticipation is high, So nobody knows when he's going to do it, but he's definitely giving us something to wait for and something to talk about, But everybody have a good day. I'm about to go ahead and get up out of here. Jay Parker Sports, signing out. Go.